Hey everybody, it's Kim Hawk and I'm here with the Near Disney Channel and we have a great scoop for you today. We've got Meet the Neighbors Near Disney Communities, and today we're in the town of Celebration, Florida with the Perez family. So I wanted everybody to meet Adrian and Courtney Perez.
Hi.
So tell us a little bit about your family.
My family is born and raised in Central Florida. This is where we've lived our whole lives. I grew up in the Hunters Creek, Meadowwoods area until about 2001 when my parents moved to Celebration. We came along with them.
Well, the kids are at Celebration School right now. We have a third grader, he's 8, and Ethan's 16. He's about to drive, which is incredible.
Both involved in sports. Ethan plays volleyball and Roman plays football and soccer, flag football. Too young for tackle. Flag football, yeah.
So when we talk about what do you do for a living, that really entrenches you into Celebration, Florida. I'm excited to hear your story.
Yeah, so we recently purchased the downtown diner in Celebration, so it is very exciting. We're having a lot of fun doing it, so.
Well, you know what I love? There's a story, if you guys look on our YouTube channel, in regard to Susan Bona when she was talking about the diner, because it really has been here for 26 years and it needed a big, would you say, not just a facelift, it needed the whole kitchen done and all that stuff. So she took her expertise in order to do that, but she wanted to find somebody who would have the heart, the soul, and the character to run the diner like she likes to run the tavern. And she looked no further than these two right here, and that's saying quite a bit because Susan's standards were pretty high. Yeah,
Susan is an incredible individual, and for me to go from the corporate world to then go into the independent business where you're owning your own business, to have a mentor like Susan to kind of help guide through that process has been invaluable. She's definitely been an angel on both of our shoulders. She helped fulfill what was a dream for me, and then subsequently a dream for us. There was when I was 25 years old, I stood in front of that lake right over there, and my dad asked me what I wanted to do with the rest of my life, because I was working as a busser at Outback Steakhouse, and I said, I kind of like this restaurant thing. I'm kind of having a good time. And he said, well, what do you want to do? I said, well, ideally I'd want to own my own restaurant. And he goes, well, if you could have your own restaurant anywhere in the world, where would you want it to be? And I kid you not, I stood over at that lake and I pointed to this location right here.
Gosh, well, that's a god dot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I say that we're living the dream, we're really, really living the dream.
I think that's so important, especially for the young people that are watching this show, is, you've got to manifest this stuff. You got to put it out. You got to put your prayers up there too, and then when you surround yourself with beautiful people like Susan Bona and other people that want to encourage you. And by the way, your parents are some of my favorite people too, right?
Yeah.
So they've been very involved in the community. So you're saying you moved, you've been in the Central Florida area, which is great. And then tell me your why. Why did you want to do this? Because this is a big undertaking. I don't know if anybody's ever been in the restaurant business before, but it really consumes your life, right? So tell us your why.
So I love this, and my wife has now fallen in love with it as well. She's always been Courtney's been a huge support system. I couldn't have gotten or done or achieved anything that I achieved without, Courtney by my side, being there to pick me up when I thought things were rough. And, it got to a point where I knew that I loved the business, but I was tired of having to follow somebody else's playbook, follow somebody else's rule book. I was at the point where I had kind of I was beginning to outgrow the position that I was in. I actually watched Johnny Carrabba he gave a speech at a seminar that I was at. And he was kind of the inspiration point that put the thought in my head of, wow, it's time for you to start doing this on your own. And literally 4 days later, I got a message on Facebook from Susan Bona. And that's not a joke. That is
it's meant to be. Yes. And so Courtney's very well known around the community too, because you are an amazing photographer.
Yeah, I did do a lot of the photography for the town folks, and I still do work at the Celebration School for Osceola County just because it's just been a huge part of my life as well, and to watch the kids go there and see Full Circle is awesome. And yeah, I've been here a long time as well. We've been here a really long
We
time.
met here.
Oh yeah, tell that story. You guys met here.
Yeah, so we met here. So when Courtney was at 18, I was 20. We ended up meeting through mutual friends. And then we found out that we both lived in Celebration. That's kind of how we started what became a friendship. And then, years go by. When you're younger, you kind of drift apart a little bit. And then we ended up finding each other again, both still living in Celebration. So that's kind of how we reconnected. And so this town is not, only been somewhere where I've grown up as an individual. Courtney's grown up as an individual, where we've been able to, send our children to school and watch them grow up here. But it's also, where we first met.
Yeah, and together here. Yeah, absolutely.
And that's been a huge.
Well, that's a success story. We can talk about how people can find love in that 25-mile radius of Cinderella's castle, right?
That's true.
Yeah. So I know I've been hearing a lot of buzz. I know you're fairly new opening, but obviously you've got a lot of restaurant experience in your past. But how are you going to make it different? I'm already seeing some cool stuff that you guys are doing to make this restaurant different.
So we have a lot of ideas, and we're putting a lot of things in motion. So one of the first things we did was, we loved the way that the diner looked before. Susan did a fantastic job.
Okay.
But we wanted to kind of turn it into a modern retro diner. So we went with the decor, 80s and 90s. That's the age that, we kind of grew up in.
Oh, I love the 80s.
Exactly.
I love it.
And so we decided to heavily lean into that. And then some of the fun things we're going to be doing starting when we open 7 to 7, February 1st. February 1st is launch day. We've got a student happy hour from 3 to 5. Monday through Thursday. Students get half-priced appetizers, and they're going to get a punch card for milkshakes. Every 5th one that they buy, the 6th is free. We are going to be doing a bottomless mimosa happy hour for the parents, the adults, from 5 to 7, Monday through Thursday. We are also going to be kind of pivoting on our dinner specials, and we're going to be focusing heavy on specialty burgers. So every week, we're going to have a different specialty burger. The first couple are created by ourselves and some of our team members in the diner. And then we look to, in the next couple weeks, lean on the community to help us out.
Oh, you heard it here.
So we can get some ideas from them on, what we would like to try. So we're really, really, really excited about that.
I love it. And I heard all the buzz about something called Sunday Fun Day. You want to talk about that?
So Sunday Fun Day is third Sunday of every month. We theme our service for that day. So our most recent one, we did an NFL theme, like football, because the playoffs are in town. So all the team members wore NFL jerseys. I was walking around with a referee jersey. Just a little something to make it fun, make it different, make it exciting. Then anybody who participates, guest-wise, gets 20% off their check that day. Well, our goal is to make this experience when you come to the Downtown Diner completely unique from anywhere else that you go. I believe that most places you can get good food, you can get good service. Very few places you go get great service or amazing food. But to connect amazing service, amazing food, and an amazing environment,
yes.
I think that's the win in this industry going forward.
Yes, and you truly are. You probably, in realizing, the town of Celebration, people were buying, when you're buying your homes here, you were buying from Walt Disney Company. This town is the town that Walt Disney World built. And so this intersection that we're on right here, we've got Front and Market Street, you have prime real estate right here. And so I can't think of a better couple that we can ask to come in. You're young, you've got lots of good energy, your family's from here. And so we've been doing this series. We believe that Walt Disney legacy, because when he bought 25,000 acres here way back when, that we don't believe his vision was just the theme parks. We believe that he wanted to create communities. So if we were to ask you, and of course I'm sure you guys, because you have wonderful children and family, but is there a legacy that you would want to leave behind?
I think our most important goal right now regarding our legacy is obviously continued success in the industry and the business, leaving it to our children. But moreover than that, we want to be able to provide people with the type of opportunities that Susan's provided us.
Wow.
We've always been big believers that when somebody, whatever somebody gives to you, you need to give back 10, 20 times more. And so pay it forward. The more people we can pay it forward to, the more successful we will be, and the more successful our legacy will be.
Yes. Adrian, I feel like that is really the town sentiment. If you were to look at the town of Celebration and we talk about personalities of each, we find that this town pulls people that have big hearts, that work hard, that are creative, that are supportive, and I think you guys are shining examples of that. So I'm really glad that you're here. Everybody, make sure you come to the downtown diner. You want to make sure, give them the address and any telephone number, anything else you'd like to have.
701 Front Street. You look us up on downtowndinercelebration.com. We're going to be all over social media. We got some really fun, exciting, unique things planned. So be on the lookout for us.
That's right. All right, everybody. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Bye.
Make sure that you subscribe and like so that we can continue to give you up-to-date information on all things that are going around the 25-mile radius of Cinderella's Castle, because this is truly a magical place to live.